You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Chris, your hands are back. Welcome everybody to
Yeah,
episode number 22 of the Battle Herons podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Granada. Alongside me, as always, KBD. How you doing, sir?
yeah, I'm not too happy. I feel like a literal ghost. I'm here, but I'm not really here. I don't know
No.
where I am.
No, it's the dumbest way to drop points. I really can't believe that they didn't uh, get those 3 points.
I mean, somebody
I
wants to
don't know.
have words with you. Joe Rako saying I wouldn't like to speak to the guy that says Atlanta would be a walk in the park.
Who said that? I
That
called
was
for
Joe
a
Rako.
draw originally.
Yeah, you
I
did.
don't know if you remember. I called for a draw originally. I actually predicted this stupid scoreline before I found out Messi was playing. Um, and I don't know. We're gonna get into it. And look, but Joe Rico, to that point, if you look at the record right here, I had predicted a winner so far. So I already put the background. See, 20 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. I had already done that. That's what it should have been. So let me
It
fix
should
that
have been.
right now. Here we go. Now this is what it is, not what it should have been. Should have been
Yeah.
what it is. We are now at 19 wins, 6 draws, 4 losses, and it was a very disappointing game. Ekim saying that the Discord is melting down. I haven't checked the Discord. I was literally watching the game, laying in bed with my kids, putting them to bed. So I watched the whole game on my phone. So I am not aware what was going on in the Discord or anywhere else on Twitter. So I could only imagine what was being said. Uh,
Joe Curse. Joe Curse saying here Campana, all-time goal scorer for IMCF, huh?
did that count for him? I wasn't sure if they counted it as an own goal.
From what I checked earlier, it does count for him.
Okay. All right, cool. So congratulations, Campana, for being the all-time leading scorer in Inter Miami history. That's
You'll
cool.
have
We weren't
five.
sure if he was ever going to get that because we thought that maybe Messi might get it before him. So shout out to him. It's cool that he gets to hold that for who knows how long. So good for him.
The soccer daddy said Discord is pretty much volcanic eruptions.
Yeah, I
And
don't even think
Mez
I want
is
to go in there
saying
and read
we're
it.
a disgrace.
I don't know about this. I mean, we didn't lose, but I mean, it felt pretty bad.
Hold on.
And we're going to get into it.
I think we need to answer this. Messi is back and Drake is shaking again. Shaking
If
in positive or negative? Because I feel like he
I'm
played
pretty sure
pretty good
negative.
today.
So did I, but I'm pretty sure that they meant it as negative. If not for Drake, we get score on the third or fourth time.
Yeah. Hello to Jacob.
So that
Oh, this is good. Super shot with a 499 super slam. Please blame the players for letting it go, not Tata.
I don't think anybody's going to blame Tata today, especially since he was technically suspended. He was watching it from the bleachers. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of blame towards Tata. I mean, overall, how are you feeling right now? I'm feeling extremely disappointed. I don't know about you.
I mean, that game should have been. We should have walked away with a win easily.
Yeah.
It's just the second half, or I guess the second half of the second half, was just pretty awful.
Our midfield disappeared.
Yes, absolutely.
Our midfield
I
disappeared.
mean, I don't even know what the hell happened because if you think about it, after Taylor left, what is it? Jordi Alba comes in. All of a sudden, we got Jordi Alba playing left wing, but then I see Negri playing left wing. I saw Wagon up and like high as hell. You had Foray back there. Like, I mean, it was a disaster.
Yeah, there was all it took Atlanta was one solid forward pass, and they were off to the races because there was no midfield to hold them down.
This is a nice comment, Sunfire. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sunfire, saying, hey, guys, love watching your shows. Appreciate you guys doing the starting 11 and going over each player and some highlights, trying to learn a little bit more about the sport. So it's a big help.
Oh, well,
You and I both.
Shout out to you. And then if you want to keep learning about MLS as a whole, we got battered MLS fans and possibly battered football fans coming at some point in 2025. So shout out to you. And shout out to Joe Kerr. It's his birthday. So happy birthday to Joe Kerr.
Happy birthday. There we go.
All right. This was so disappointing. And like I told you, I was laying in bed literally with my kids the whole day that I didn't make a graphic for the starting 11. So
That's a good question. Krabs is asking, can we get Tommy 69th back on again?
I think he does spaces for Atlanta
Yeah.
fans for Scars and Spikes after the game. So I think he's a little
Yeah.
occupied right now. But like I said, I was watching the game on my phone, and Tommy was texting, but I couldn't reply because I was watching the game on my phone, and for some reason it wouldn't give me the little screen when you kind of flip it up.
Yeah.
So it would if I were to flip it up, it just completely the game would go away. So I couldn't respond to anything you were saying. But I believe this is as close as we get to what I had, except instead of Alba, it was Negri. But this was the starting lineup, right? Oh no, wait, and instead of Redondo,
then
David
instead of
Ruiz.
Redondo is David Ruiz. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I apologize, guys. I didn't have a chance to update this.
Let's use our imagination. We'll use our imagination, guys. You see up at the top, Taylor, Campana, Gressel. That stayed the same. In the middle, instead of Cremaki, Brian Redondo, we had Cremaski, Bright, and David Ruiz. And then at the bottom, we have not Alba. It's actually Franco Negri, Christoph Frey, and Weigand, and then Calendar playing goalie.
Yep.
What was that comment you put up? I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Oh, Mike V said he's gonna go troll Tommy in his spaces.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So as far as the starting lineup, any surprises?
One of the surprises, I guess, would have to be that Redondo didn't play. I did expect him to. It didn't start. I did expect him to start. But I mean, it's a fresh idea, right? Leave everybody on the bench.
And it's rotation, right? Because you got another game in 3 days. So I get it, but I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I think I was okay with the idea because what you're going to bring off the bench is supreme, and David Ruiz and Ben Krem, they're gonna try their hardest. They're gonna do the best that they can. So
David Ruiz gets saucy on the attack.
He does. And Negri, I expected that. I expected Negri. I expected that. I expected that full-heartedly.
Well, it was nice to see Bright back, rocking my Bright shirt like I said I would. I thought I would feel better wearing it, but no. Yeah, it wasn't a good look today. And no, he played well. I'm just saying in general, the outcome. All right, so let's get into it. Game started, and I felt like Atlanta was not pressing to start the game. There was a possession that Inter Miami held the ball, and I felt like they held the ball for like 3-4 minutes. Like they were just passing it back and forth, working their way up, and Atlanta was just allowing them to hold the ball. And it ended with Robert Taylor coming down the left side, getting the ball to the touchline. I think he tried to cross it in. It was deflected corner kick. And at that moment, I was like, if Atlanta doesn't press and they just let us hold the ball and just get consistently start building up plays, they're in trouble. But then they started pressing and things started getting a little tighter. And for the first 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, they didn't really press. Once they started pressing, we were out of sorts and had a much harder time building up.
Well, what I felt really was in the beginning, it was a bore fest. I don't know. It's a lot of players that haven't really played with each other very often, haven't played with each other in a lot of critical minutes, I guess. I mean, you got Frey, who's playing center back, right? You have Negri, who hasn't started in God knows how long. And then you have Cremaki and Ruiz. I guess they play pretty well with Bright. I actually thought the midfield in the first half was like pretty solid.
So did I.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty solid. Kremaski, David Ruiz, and Bright, I really had no problems with them. Taylor and Gressel, yeah, I mean, they did pretty well. They put pressure when needed.
I thought Gressel created some opportunities. I thought Gressel played well again. Campana was a ghost as usual. And I thought that Frey and Weigand, I felt like they had some communication issues on a few plays where they would leave a man unmarked, for example, and they'd both go to the ball. Or like, I felt like you could tell that there's not chemistry there, that this back line was just put together, and this is the first time that they were playing. The communication wasn't there, and it showed on several occasions. So that was apparent that a lot of these players just were out of sorts as far as communication, just chemistry in general, playing together, especially that back line. But Bright looked good. Yeah,
Bright looked good. I mean, Christoph looked like Christoph.
I thought Christoph looked good.
I mean, he was slow. He was solid with the ball.
I thought Christoph looked.
At the end, he gassed out, right? But he was solid, right?
I thought Christoph played well. I thought Freight and Bright looked great. I thought
And
Negri played well on the attack.
I want to say something because Amanda and many other people have brought this up, saying we needed Boosie to man the field. Boosie was somebody that we missed. I mean, I think we missed Boosie just generally, but I don't see with this lineup. The midfield was not bad. The midfield was not bad, aside from Bright that he had like 2 turnovers.
He did.
Which was like very unlike him, I guess, or unlike him recently.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't know. I don't know whether Busquets would have made the key difference. I don't believe that.
If Busquets plays, let's say hypothetically, he would have played today, and they would have started Bright, and since they were so slim at center back, they would have started Frey with Busquets because they can't start Christoph with Busquets. They tried that against the Red Bulls, and then you saw how that ended up.
Yeah.
I think that they beat that because what was happening is that, and like everybody's saying, he would have manned the field. They started pressing, and once they started pressing, we were at a loss. It was hard for us to build up, and I think Busquets does assist with that a lot more. But Frey, I thought, did a good job progressing the ball forward also when he saw open space. It was just a tough game, and again, I thought the chemistry was lacking with the back line.
Well, and again, it's just the chemistry in the back line was not the greatest. You have Kremaki, Bright, and David Ruiz, who, I mean, they played very well. Taylor and Gressel, I mean, they're kind of used to it. They've garnered a lot of minutes. Campana is just, Campana waiting for lightning to strike. And I mean, the back line is kind of where it was a little just a little shaky.
In the first half, are we talking?
Yeah, in the first half, yes.
Now, David Ruiz ended up scoring. Now, how he ended up at the very top inside the box, I don't know. He was basically unmarked. Negri hits him with a beautiful pass that I believe he got deflected. That's how it ended up. And I think David Ruiz took a second to register what was happening because he got the ball and he looked up and around for a split second before he got himself together, and it was a nice finish, a very controlled, very accurate to the bottom right corner. But I think he was shocked, and everybody was shocked at how open he was. Everybody must have assumed that he was just offside, which I thought he might be.
Well, which was a deflection, but let's not forget something here, guys, because I'm trying to look through, and there's a lot of people that are saying Negri is awful, and Negri is a statue, Negri is this. Let me tell you, Negri is one of the only players that kind of was like pushing the pace, pushing the pressure. And that's something that he's typically known for when he was starting with us.
Well, and that's what I was going to bring up because some people might not remember, right? Because a lot of people started watching once Alba took over. Before Alba took over, Negri was our starting left back. And our criticism was he does great in the attack. Just defensively, he leaves a lot to the imagination. Like, he doesn't defend at all or very well. And that's always been the issue with Negri.
I mean, am I, Josue? Josue's here saying Chris is delusional with his Negri take. I mean, Josue, I don't know if you've been watching this team before Messi. But before Messi, he was the left back and he was pushing the pace. He was one of the people that was always, what? I mean, Leroy is saying Chris takes today. I don't get it.
Look, Negri, I thought was fine in the attack. Now, why Taylor came off for Alba instead of Negri, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I guess they wanted Alba to contribute in the attack.
Yeah.
But Negri was already doing that, and Negri doesn't defend. So all of a sudden, we got Alba and Negri just going, overlapping each other up on the top left. At that point, I wasn't sure who was supposed to be left back and left mid or left wing. Like, I wasn't sure what was happening. Everybody's just up top. And then you left Christoph and then Sailor back there with Frey. And then Wegan is also in the attack. And it was like one pass by their goalie, Gusan, and all of a sudden they're off to the races again. And it's like, God damn, man. Like, what the hell just happened? It was...
Well,
I don't know. We're getting ahead of ourselves, I guess. We're still at
it's a weird place to be in, though, Danny, because Siad Salik says, why did he keep on Negri and Alba at the same time? Worst mistake of the game, in my opinion. I'm not going to lie here, guys. In other episodes before, I've flirted with the idea of this. And I've always thought...
Were you excited when you saw it?
Oh man, I kind of was, even though I had to sacrifice Taylor for it. But then I'm like, okay, he got off the field, he didn't get injured, so I figured, okay, let's flirt with this idea.
Right.
The only problem is that Alba and Negri are like all the way downfield, and none of them want to play back defense. And the same thing on the other side. Redondo was playing so high up, our center backs had to play freaking defense. Like it's the left wing back and right wing back. I don't even know what the hell was going on there.
Well, we got that goal, and in the first half, I felt like we got the goal, even though after the first 15 minutes or so, they were the better side, because once they started pressing us, it was just really hard to get anything going. So we got that goal. I don't know how we got it. Nobody understood why he was so wide open. He converted. Great. We were up 1-0. We didn't concede any goals. We go into the halftime up 1-0. At that point, what are you thinking at halftime?
I was, in terms of the game and what was happening, I was very nervous because Atlanta really, like, they were really gunning for it. They really wanted to get the win really badly. So to me, it was kind of obvious, like, this isn't the end for Atlanta. We didn't bury these guys in no way, shape, or form.
I thought that we might get a draw, but because I knew that there was a possibility, because I at some point I was like, well, maybe Messi doesn't play. Yeah. But when I knew that Messi was going to eventually come in, I was like, okay, we're going to win. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, we're up 1-0. Messi's going to come in. We should win. We got this. And that's where my mind was at halftime. So the second half starts. Atlanta's still the more aggressive side. We're still trying to figure things out.
Absolutely.
And they get the luckiest of goals. I don't know how he heads this ball in that gets whipped into him, Saba. He heads it down. It goes through Drake's arms and then bounces between his legs. And man, when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this can't be. This isn't it, man."
It really hit off of Ian Frey's arm.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
it off of Ian Frey's arm.
Yeah.
So it was Aki. I mean, it wasn't Aki in terms of where it changed the trajectory, because it did stay within the trajectory that I guess Calendar was expecting it. Mm-hmm. But it just had such a Aki bounce that he couldn't cover it. So that is, it's tough. Well, yeah, Walter Torres is mentioning it hit Ian Frey's arm. And it was a great cross, by the way, Marasovic. It was a very, very good cross.
Who was it? Was it Brooks Lennon that crossed it? I didn't notice.
I'm not 100% certain. It says that the assist was Amador.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I know we're going to keep going, but I just wanted to check what other teams are looking at like today.
Sure.
Columbus won. So Columbus is still on track, right? Because that's the team that can get to the 70 points that we're trying to avoid.
Yes.
Who else was it that was there? Cincinnati. They're basically out of it. And I don't even see. I don't think they played today. LAFC, they played tonight against Austin.
And LA Galaxy.
And the Galaxy play against Portland. And that's a tough game for the Galaxy. And they play in Portland.
Yeah.
So, but Columbus did win. So it looks like we're not going to be celebrating a supporter shield next on the 28th in Charlotte.
No, we're not. We're not.
Okay. Oh, well.
I mean, we would have to hope for like neck and neck battles until the last home game, because if not, they're going to be celebrating it somewhere else, like in Toronto or something.
That's what I want. I wanted to celebrate it at home, but it looks like that's not happening. There's only 2 more home games left in the season. It's next Saturday and then the last game of the year.
Yep. I mean, look, the goal by Atlanta was very Aki, but they tied it 1-1. But that didn't live long, because Campana was able to finally ice the goal that he needed, not only for his confidence, but for the record in Inter Miami history.
He is now the all-time leading goal scorer in Inter Miami franchise history with 30 goals. Now, I know that sounds like a very low number for those of you guys that are like, wow, 30 goals, that's it. Remember, this franchise has only been around for 4 years. This is the 5th year. So, so a very, very young franchise. If you are getting in, you're getting in grassroots. right from the bottom up because we're just getting started. So grow with us. So yeah, so he scored that goal, and that was Aki also the way he kind of just deflected off. It was it Dax McCarty?
Yes, and it was a great goal. It was a deflection. I don't know if he would have gotten it without the deflection, but again, it's a goal that he needed. I'm happy that he got it. And Messi at that point, I think they ended up panning over to him, and then he's taking his jersey off.
Yep.
Now at that point, I'm like, okay, now in reality, I didn't expect Messi to come in, especially that early. But then
comes in that 55th to 60th minute, always.
But now you see this coach actually was like, hey, let's put in guys pretty early. I mean, he took out Gressel and brought in Messi. Then he ended up taking Taylor out, put in Redondo at the 67th minute. We had substitutions decently early. So I thought Messi comes on, 61st minute, this game is iced.
You know what's funny though? Is that everybody, and myself included, kills Tata for taking forever to do substitutions. Mm-hmm. Today, I forgot this guy's name, Taylor or something, Greg Taylor. He does these substitutions for Alba and Redondo, and the game completely changes. And all of a sudden, Atlanta just takes full advantage, and all of a sudden, we're just not defending anymore. I feel like those two substitutions, all of a sudden, the game changed.
Yes.
Because Negri and Alba are just hustling up. Redondo is hustling up. David Ruiz is a box-to-box. Redondo is supposed to be, but, you know, he's up in the attack. Like, that right there, that move, like, we're like, oh, Tata, you need to do more substitutions and early. Well, we got the earlier subs, and it cost us.
Look at this. There we go. Am I really reading this?
Wow.
Angel in the comment section, I have to make sure that this is out there, says, quote unquote, I think Tata would have handled the game better. You, my friend, I think are the first time we've ever seen a message like this, Angel.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I thought that was the change in the game. I wasn't a fan when I saw Jordi Alba coming in for Robert Taylor. That's what kind of threw me off. I wasn't a fan of that. Redondo coming in for David Ruiz, although I thought David Ruiz was playing well, I got it. Like, Redondo should play. I thought he was going to start. So that one didn't bother me as much. But those two changes definitely changed the trajectory of the game. All of a sudden, there was no midfield. And Atlanta, like I said, they connect two passes and they were off to the races. And that's what it was like for the last 20 minutes.
Yes, it was entertaining for sure. I mean, my daughter came down and started even watching it with me too. She says that she thinks Messi is a hologram because, like, he turns on and off whenever. I mean, that's what she thinks. But
the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
So Messi comes in. Atlanta makes a ton of substitutions as well. Redondo comes in for Taylor. And then Ruiz gets out. Alba comes in for Ruiz. And another substitution by Atlanta where we have Daniel Rios leaving and Jamal Diarry. He comes on. And, at that point later on the 80th minute, Campana comes out and Luis Suarez, very surprising, came in. And then also you had Ryan Saylor coming in and Christoph coming out, which he looked like he was cramping.
I figured Suarez would get in eventually. And then I think the best sub for Atlanta was Mosquera coming in for Dax McCarty. Yes. Mosquera was pushing that pace. Like, he was getting the ball down that right side quickly. And since he was down the right side, who was defending him on that right side?
Nobody, because that's Jordi Alba
and Negri.
So nobody's playing defense there.
And Mosquera's got speed, so he was just constantly running up and down the right side, and nobody was keeping him honest because he knew that he didn't have to worry about anybody defending. So yeah, I think that was key for Atlanta also. But Suarez came in.
Yeah,
we should have had a third goal.
Well, there was a ton of blocks at some point. Messi almost had the goal. Then it went to Suarez. Suarez almost kicked it in. And luckily, a defender was at right place, right time.
Because the Suarez, look, the way he kicked it, I was 100% sure that was going in. I was like, that's game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how it like defender's back or something. I think his back might have been to the ball.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can go back because we already finished the first half. But yes, Ian Frey, I thought looked amazing, especially in the first half, breaking up passes. I thought distributing the ball. I think Ian Frey looked great, and Yannick Bright had a couple block shots. He was also intercepting balls. He had 2 giveaways that are unlike him. He's usually a little quicker with his decision making. He usually goes for the easy pass, which is what I like. Right, you don't want him to try to take defenders on. And I thought they both had a great game. And for Atlanta fans that weren't familiar with those two, I think they got a little more familiar with them in the first half. And in the second half, not as much. But the first half, I thought that they had a great show.
Well, I think Ian Frey felt very comfortable. I think that he was able to feel comfortable enough that he made up for a lot of issues that Wagon had. He made up for a couple of issues that Christoph had in terms of just not being in the right place. His defending was on point. And Bright, he was on point too. I felt like Ben Krem, I didn't see too much of Ben Krem. I feel like his touch is like pretty tough. He has a pretty, yeah, he does, man. But if you notice it, when he receives a pass, it's awful.
Yeah, his first touch is a little heavy.
Yeah. And then Circus Fun is saying Frey literally threw himself at everything.
Yeah, for Frey. Look, Frey needs to get himself more time. He literally played a full game today on turf. That's it. Yeah. The man's healthy. Let's use him more often.
And One World is saying Ben Howe was good. I'm not saying he was bad. I just feel like his touch is a little tough. And when he attacks, it's like if he's like in one gear. Like he's got one gear and it's just balls to the wall for Benha. Like I feel like David Ruiz got a little bit more salsa in him, a little more crafty. So
yeah.
And look at this, Florida man saying winless without Tata. Does that mean Tata in Florida man?
There we go. That's the type of stuff I like to see.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
So what happens? What happens is when they're gone, you appreciate them more.
For sure. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yes, it does.
When Suarez didn't score on that goal and the way Atlanta had been attacking, that was the first moment. Because before then, even though they were on the attack often, for some reason, I still felt confident. Yeah. When Suarez had that opportunity and it didn't go in, I started to worry. I was like, Atlanta's going to score. We're going to pay for that right there.
Well, if you notice during the game, Danny, it was a ping pong match, right? Yeah. And Miami would attack, and then all of a sudden, Atlanta would counter. Then they would attack, then Inter Miami would counter. And what would happen is after that play, Atlanta was countering, and I look at the top of the screen, and I see Alba and Negri. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I mean, at that point, nobody's playing defense.
But there's a difference, though, because when Atlanta had the counter and they were pushing the ball, like you see all the defenders from Miami getting back, right? Like it's like 4 guys trying to run up and catch up.
Yeah.
When Inter Miami's in the attack, you have like 37 Atlanta players in the box. And as soon as Messi gets the ball, there's like 8 of them just hovering over him. So it was very difficult. Like it was, although it was back and forth, it looked like 2 different games because Atlanta was wide open. Like, let's figure this out because these guys can't seem to get their shit together. It's 4-on-4 every time. Like 4-on-4, 5-on-5. Like we never had an extra defender. It was always man-to-man. When they were on offense,
it was Messi.
When they were on defense, it was our 4-5 against their 11 because they were defending with 11. And that was the difference. It felt like those last 20 minutes.
It was super cluttered every single time we
Messi never had space.
Yeah. I remember mentioning to my daughter, I said, look, Messi has like 4 or 5 people around him.
Yeah. And even without the space, he would still work his way to the left side and find space to get a good ball in.
Listen, there was a play where he kind of like did this dribble through 2 people and then lost it. And then Redondo tried to blast it and he sailed it over.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
there was another time that Wagon was like, "Oh my goodness, this is the most open I've ever been in my whole career," and he John Mota that. Shout out to the old school fans that are watching. We got our John Motas today.
And Upcode Series says we're forcing it into Messi again. I don't feel like a lot of people say that. Today, I agree. I let me start by saying that I agree. I think today they're like, Messi, figure this shit out. That I did feel like that was happening today, but usually I don't feel like that. I know a lot of people feel like we play through Messi. I think that Messi is just the 10. Like most people play through their 10, but I don't think they're forcing the ball into Messi on a regular basis. He's just a 10. He's the creator, but I don't think they forced it into Messi. Today, I felt like they were forcing it through Messi.
This is a pretty strong comment here by Salik. What is Redondo even good at on the pitch? Can't shoot, can't defend, can't pass, except sideways. The guy is a walking ghost.
He can pass. He can pass, and he was a decent defender when he first got here.
Yeah, I don't know. He's unfortunately hasn't.
And Amanda, yes, I agree. That's what I was saying. I 100% agree. I think today they were playing through. There was a play there. Who was it? Was it Robert Taylor? Somebody had the ball, and I swear it's him and a defender one-on-one, and Messi's like literally right next to him. And instead of trying to take the defender on or try to find somebody else, he's like, "Here you go, Messi," and Messi gives it right back. He's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" Like they were forcing it to Messi. They wanted Messi to figure things out, and that's I get it, but it's not always gonna work, especially the way Atlanta was defending him. Atlanta said, "Redondo, good luck. Wagon, good luck. Messi, you're not getting a shot off." So,
and Mr. Krabs is bringing up a good point, saying, "Stop looking for Messi. Just take the ball yourself." The problem is we don't have as many like players.
Get the ball and take it yourself.
Yeah, like this one right here, Leroux. I miss Rojas. In this game, I miss him too.
Robert Taylor, I don't think Robert Taylor had a good game.
No, I don't think he had a good game either. I think I think he only had about 2 opportunities on goal, and one of them he blew. Yeah. And I mean, the thing is with him, you have two in the beginning of the game, you have 2 of the most aggressive players on the same side. You have Franco Negri and Robert Taylor, same side. So the problem with that is if they both attack, then our entire left side is just completely exposed.
Yeah.
And Amanda saying Taylor looked tired and uncertain. I mean, I don't know about tired, but he did look uncertain. I feel like a lot of these guys don't play with each other for the most part, and they started a game with a bunch of guys that they don't really play with very often.
Yeah. Look, like I said, I don't, because I hear it a lot, and I disagree. I don't think that they always force the ball to Messi. I really don't feel that way. But today, I do think they did that. I 100% do think that they were forcing the ball to Messi, but I usually don't think that.
Well, I mean, let's just end the breakdown, right? At some point on the 84th minute, Miranchuk decides to bring out his inner Messi, left-footed.
Negri didn't step to him.
Nobody stepped to him. Well,
Redondo didn't step.
He
didn't.
He was late. He was late, but he did. If you watch the replay, he was super late. Nobody really stepped to him. Nobody was close enough. He had miles of space in front of him, and Calendar was pissed with all the right to be pissed. Sailed it right over the players and top bins.
Yep. Like
top bins tied it up.
They say it in Spanish, donde cagan las arañas. It was like there's no getting that. So that was an unstoppable. Like, you can't blame Calendar. That was a beautiful goal, unfortunately, and you just can't give him that much space to score. I mean, that's it. Did you think that we were gonna get another goal to win it late in the end?
I did. I mean, the game was just back and forth. If you didn't,
I was scared that they were going to score on us.
Well, I felt like someone's going to score.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I felt like anyone was going to score. I didn't think that we were particularly going to score. I felt like with the way that the back and forth was going, I mean, we're talking about the game ended 97 minutes after that goal in the 84th minute. Legitimately was 13 minutes of nonstop action. My daughter even told me, she's like, I love tie games. Like, what? You love tie games? I hate tie games. She's like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. And she was having a blast. At the end of the game, she's like, what? It's tied? And I'm like, yeah, game goes tied. That's it. It's like, oh, I hate tie games. Well, okay. Good job.
Yeah. I agree with you. I did think somebody would eventually score the way things were going. And it looked like I thought Suarez was going to get one.
Atlanta deserved to win this game. We should have won this game, but in all honesty, Atlanta deserved to win this game.
Mosquera had a great opportunity that Drake blocked also at some point earlier in the second half. Look, I think Drake saved
2 back-to-back
our
saves.
ass. Yeah, Drake saved our ass again. Even though he had the blunder on the very first goal that he allowed, I think he saved us from actually losing this game.
Yeah.
So the game ends 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
Atlanta. How do you feel after this? Now we've gone over the game and an hour has passed.
Stancy, well, I want to know what you mean by this. What makes no sense? That I say that we should have won, but that Atlanta deserved to win? We should have won because this game, this team sucks. Like before the game started, I thought this was in the bag. But after the game started, I mean, Atlanta went fucking deep. Like they went deep into their soul to want to win this game. For all 60,000 plus fans that went over there for Messi.
I know, wasn't it annoying? Well, I don't know for you, but for me, it was personally annoying when Atlanta scored that second goal and they show Atlanta fans in Argentina jerseys and in pink jerseys celebrating.
Yeah, it was so annoying.
What is this?
Everybody was getting excited when he got up to go train behind the goal. Like, get out of here.
Well,
yeah.
How you feeling? We got a draw. How's the chat feeling? Because I know somebody said, why are people overreacting? I don't think anybody's overreacting. I think they're just disappointed because we kind of felt like we should have won this game. I don't know.
Well,
go ahead.
No, you were going to say about the chat?
No, I was going to ask the chat to just let us know in a few words how they're feeling overall. Because, I mean, I doubt everybody's like, oh, my God, the season's over. Like, that's not – we didn't lose or anything, but we're kind of curious as you tell me what you feel.
Yeah.
See how Mike V feels.
Yeah, I mean, Tata wasn't even there. He was drinking $4 beers, Mike V.
You want Tata out? This is what Tata out looks like.
Yes, this is what Tata out looks like. Early substitutions, tired players, and Jordi Alba and Franco Negri playing left wing and left wing 2. Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want in the chat, just put down panic or chill. Panic or chill. Very easy.
I'm sure everybody's chilling.
Yeah, supporter shield delayed. Yep,
that's it.
Absolutely.
We should still get it. It's just delayed now, unfortunately.
Look. This was, and there's a lot of chill. There's a lot of chill here. So I'm good with chill. I'm kind of chill too because I expected that the Atlanta game was gonna be one of the losses, if not one of the ties. To be honest, I think from here on out, it's going to be a little bit more smoother sailing. Yeah. Ace Lionel saying, chill, my guy. Always super chill with Tarun. So, yeah, this was far from our best 11, and we were still winning. Michael Neira. But, I mean, it makes sense, right? Atlanta is a dumpster fire in terms of what's going on over there, which is why I expected to win. KB chill. Everybody is everybody's saying chill. I mean, look at this comment. Aviles would have got a red card today, 100%.
100%.
So chill.
And just so everybody's aware, I'm not sure if everybody's aware, but Aviles has hit that threshold where every 2 yellow cards he now gets a suspension. So he's going to get one on Saturday against NYCFC, and then he's going to get another one against Charlotte So the game after that, I forget who we played, but Frey starting that next game after Charlotte.
Yeah.
Because 100% he's gonna get 2 consecutive yellows.
After
But
that,
yes,
we play Columbus.
okay.
4 days later,
So
like 6 days
so
later.
no Tomas Aviles for Columbus. Frey will 100% start that game because he is a yellow card machine, and every 2 yellow cards now, Toto Aviles will be suspended for a game.
No, it's in the books. Forget about it.
Mhm.
The referee's already going to get to the stadium with him written up in that yellow book.
Yep.
Yeah. So I didn't feel great about the game, but I'm not too sad about the tie. It feels like a loss. I was just about to say a loss, but I don't feel too bad about the tie. It's a tie. Nobody likes ties. I should have put my tie shirt today.
Oh, the kissing sister shirt.
Yeah, the kissing sister shirt.
A lot of people might not know about that, but yeah, that's a good one.
Check out the shop.
It's a throwback. I don't feel bad. I'm disappointed, right? I definitely was disappointed. And yes, David Ruiz, no card. David Ruiz, I thought had a really good game.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed because I felt like we should have gotten the win. But I mean, I thought coming into this, I thought Messi wouldn't play. I thought that we would end up with a draw. He did end up playing. We ended up with the draw anyway. But overall, I mean, it was still a point. Overall, Messi played 30 minutes on turf, didn't get injured, which is another win. Suarez didn't get injured. We didn't have any injuries, did we? Christoph, I guess, came off, but I think that was more fatigue than anything.
Yeah, he was cramping.
Yeah,
I mean, other than him getting off, I think later on as well, what we ended up having, what was his name? I mean, Gressel came off. He came off for Messi. Aside from that, nobody else really came off of, for fatigue or injury other than Christoph.
And then Mr. Krabs saying that I predicted a tie. Why am I surprised? I changed my prediction once I found out Messi was going to play.
Yeah.
So I thought that it would be a tie until I saw Messi was going to play, and I thought we would win. What was the Pizzagate thing? They were going to throw pizzas at the pitch. I didn't hear anything about that. When we talked to some people from Atlanta on Showtime one time, and on the MLS show, I had somebody else, Tyler from Scarves and Spikes, and they didn't mention anything like that either. So I'm not sure. I hadn't heard anything about pizzas being thrown.
Are we going to take a couple calls here?
We can, if you'd like. We could end it with some calls.
We can do it for like 5-6 minutes, right?
All right, so I'll put it right here. I'm putting it in the chat. If you guys want to join, feel free.
Well, let's
join.
Well, let's talk about, before we take some calls, I guess. Go ahead and call in, guys, and then we're just going to figure out who our man of the match other than Messi is.
Oh, speaking of which,
our Mahong of the match,
the Kepena Award.
The Kepena Award.
There were some people really giving it to us for saying that Messi wasn't the man of the match on Saturday. I think we did say that he was. We said man of the match other than Messi.
Other than Messi. Yes.
So we get it.
So I'm gonna give you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I could snip and sketch the starting lineup from Google.
Okay. Well, unless you think it was Negri or David Ruiz, I mean, we could use the same one we were using before.
Let's see.
Who do you think was the man of the match?
Well, and we're going with starting lineup, no?
Correct.
So I would say with the starting lineup, and I'm gonna go ahead and just plug this in right here. And again, guys, this is going to be off of Google, right? So right here we have the starting 11. I would say the man of the match. I mean, that's tough, man, because I would say Ian Frey.
Oh, I was going to say Ian Frey also. Okay, so since you said Ian Frey, I'll go Drake. Although
that's good.
The blunder of the game, I think. I also think that that he saved us quite a bit also.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's fair. Those are good picks. And I see a lot of people picking Drake. A lot of Drake, a lot of Frays. I saw some Negri.
I felt like that Mosquera shot should have been a goal. Yeah. The way he saved it. Negri, since he doesn't get minutes anymore, that's true. And we haven't talked about the fact that Negri played and started today, and he never plays. I think Sailor
Yeah.
might play more than Negri. Negri gets all his minutes in IMCF too. So
That's right. And then, so who gets the Que Pena award in your opinion?
Campana.
Wow, you're gonna give Campana the Que Pena award on the day that
Yeah,
he breaks Inter Miami history?
that's messed up, right? But yeah, I can't. Yeah,
Wow, I can't believe you're doing this.
I know. Maybe not Campana. I mean, that does suck. He finally breaks the record, and he gets the Pena award. It's either him or Robert Taylor, honestly. Some people want to say Redondo. Okay, we usually talk about the starting lineup, but I think
Yeah.
Redondo also had a pretty bad game.
Well, Redondo did come in fairly early. I think he came in on the 65th minute, if I'm not mistaken, 67th minute.
That's not that early.
So he played a third of the game, maybe a little bit less.
A little less than a third. Yeah, I would say between Taylor or Campana. I see somebody put Gressel. I don't think Gressel. I thought Gressel
No,
created some good
Gressel was
opportunities. Yeah, I thought Gressel played well. Look, at right wing, Gressel plays well. Gressel is a starting right wing for 2/3, maybe more of the MLS.
Well, you know, the one thing that I'll tell you about picking Taylor is the fact that they subbed in Alba for Taylor. Like, you would think that that would be a plus, but it really ended up being a big time deficit.
Yeah.
Because Robert Taylor even runs back on defense.
Yeah, he does.
Even Robert Taylor
puts
runs
in,
back on
Robert Taylor
defense.
puts in effort.
Yes. I mean, he's not the best defender, but I mean, his effort alone matches
It's a
the
body out there.
defense. Correct. And so his effort would have gotten him at least in place to play better defense than Negri and Alba were doing. Because they
Who do you think the highest graded player on Foot Mob was for Inter Miami?
well, somebody said that Messi was 6'1" or 6'2". So
6'4".
yeah, 6'4". I mean, I'd say the highest rated player would have to be I don't want to say Calendar either. They probably made it either Campana or Frey.
It was David Ruiz. But he scored a goal, so he
Wow.
usually so
Yeah,
the
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
the highest that did not score a goal graded was Kremaki, 7.4.
So what did David Ruiz get?
7.9.
That's
Who
not
do you
that
think
far.
the lowest graded was?
Oof. I mean, the lowest. They probably gave it to like no, because Negri got an assist. So, and is it a starter?
Yes.
Robert Taylor.
Second lowest. The lowest was
Oh.
Drake.
Wow, man. They
Yeah.
don't consider the blocks that he had. Like,
I guess I don't know how they calculate this, but I'm assuming that goal he let in might affect them. So Drake was the lowest, and Robert Taylor was the second lowest. So there's that.
that's rough, man. This doesn't feel like a great feeling today, Danny. It doesn't feel great.
Look, the team that always salvages a draw at the end of the game always feels like the victor, and the team that gives it up late is always the one that ends up feeling like they let one get away. And I love One World, One Goal. She always asks that, and I always forget to. Thank you for reminding us.
I got to start. This is a great question. Where you're going to start a trend with us that we're going to have to remember this.
We're gonna have
Favorite
to call
moment.
it the One World, One or the Italy question, the Italia question.
Yeah, the Italia question, the Italia moments question.
All right,
I don't know. I gotta go back and remember. I'd say the Ian Frey. I would have to say the Negri pass that he made to get Ruiz his goal, because that was something that we had been used to seeing, his aggressiveness, and then the fact that David Ruiz scored, I think was great for him.
I'll give you two. One, the calendar block from Mosquera. I thought that was huge. That was a one-on-one opportunity. I thought that was going in. So I thought that right there is the moment of the game. And the second one might sound a little weird, but Campana scored that goal. And I love that Campana does this because he doesn't score very often. But every time he scores, as soon as the ball rolls into play immediately after, it's like he shoots out of a cannon. And he starts defending everybody.
Oh,
And if you
yes.
want, go back and watch it.
Yes.
Campana never looks this energetic defending, but whenever he scores a goal, it's like he's turned Super Saiyan for like a solid 2 minutes, and he runs around
Yeah.
like a madman chasing everybody. And then obviously it wears off, and then he becomes his ghost self again. But I love when that happens because I love seeing him like just shoot out, bam, and he's running after everybody, and it's like, where has this guy been for the last 60 minutes? And then it'll eventually go away again. But I enjoy that moment also.
You're hitting Mike V where it hurts. And not only
Well,
that,
he likes
but
Campana.
he loves Campana, and then he's from Ecuador, so of course.
Oh,
And then not only that, but then he can't blame Tata today. So like
No.
Mike V is a world of pain right now.
yeah.
Oof.
Did you have a moment of the day?
Yeah, I know. I already mentioned it. The Franco Negri pass to
Oh, that's
David
right.
Ruiz.
That's right.
Yeah,
That was deflected. I hate Dax McCarty, by the way.
yeah, he is a bitch.
Oh, I didn't say all that, but
Well,
I was actually going to invite him on the
That's
show.
all right.
I don't know. Hopefully, he doesn't watch this. 'Cause I don't know if he will come on after you call him a bitch. But
yeah, that's not nice. Sorry, that was a little knee jerk. He is a meanie. He is a meanie.
all right. So hopefully, you don't watch this, Dax. All right.
I watched him though, so
Yeah.
if that makes any difference, he's very good.
We're not gonna get Dax on here. We're not gonna get sponsored by Moss Drinks.
mean-
What else? What else do you want to throw dirt on, Chris?
I'm sorry. I have to scale it down anyways. Dax McCarty is like the face of Inter Miami beef. So
With
and
Nashville?
Dax is a very cool dude. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
So- Maybe I knee
So-
jerk there a little bit. Then you got to warm me
little
up
bit.
to this.
I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting you to come out. Look, you're right. I should. After the way you kind of just randomly jumped out of Vicky's Bakery or Ricky's Bakery or whatever,
Yeah,
and just
come on.
started slamming them hardcore for no reason, I should figure that you are a very emotional person. There you go.
Yes.
That you are a very emotional knee-jerk person.
I mean, Mike V's only known me for like a year and change. He already knows the deal.
Mm-hmm. So, Campana, all-time record goal scorer for franchise history. He has 33. Messi's 3 behind him. So we'll see how long he holds on to it. NYCFC is on Saturday. We will have a preview show tomorrow to preview NYCFC. So make sure you tune into that. I don't know if you want to touch on that at all because I saw somebody ask, who do we think it won't play in that game? I'll tell you one person I don't think plays. Sailor. Probably won't play in that game.
I mean, David Ruiz.
David Ruiz found himself some playing time as a sub, maybe, but I think
You
David
think
Ruiz
so?
gets in. Yeah, as a sub, yeah.
I mean, Negri.
Gomez might not play. Negri's not going to play. I don't think he plays. No.
Well, I mean, people don't want to lose to New York. That's for sure. I mean, we want revenge.
And we're going to talk about it tomorrow. But
Yeah.
if we were to draw against NYCFC, how do you feel?
I wouldn't feel great, man. That's not a great feeling. No way. You're
On
playing
the
on
road.
grass.
Yeah, but we're playing on like a miniature
A baseball,
field,
yeah,
remember?
baseball field and dirt.
Yeah. Remember, for those of you that are watching the MLS podcast, if you haven't already, we had an NYCFC podcaster on, and he was telling us that he can't wait for Saturday because on the right side of the pitch is second base. And he says that players are constantly either busting their behind when they hit that sod, that mound, grass, whatever you want to call it, that clay, or they're getting hurt. So he's very excited to see how Messi handles that right side of the pitch. So look out for that on Saturday, when Messi is rounding second base at some point in the game. It's an embarrassment that we still use a baseball field in this league.
Yeah. I mean, who still plays on baseball? Like, you can't even pick a high school that you could play soccer on.
Yeah. But I will tell you, I do think he starts. I just saw somebody ask. I do think he starts. I think you have your regular starting 11 that we had last week. We'll have him again.
Yeah.
Gomez,
Well,
I think might still be out.
Well, the real Akeno is saying I'll be in Yankee Stadium waiting for an autograph from the GOAT. Nice.
Man.
I don't know.
Good luck. It's going to be tough. Good luck. I'm not going to say you won't. I hope the best for you, but it is very difficult to get anywhere near Messi right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Tank is mentioning something. Dolphins played in a shared baseball pitch for years. Yeah, but that's
But the Dolphins didn't
a little
play
different.
in a baseball stadium. The Marlins played in a football stadium.
Football stadium. That's right.
So it's a little different. But yeah, 100%. I guess
I
he
mean,
means
I guess
because of the dirt for the bases. Okay, I see what you're
yes.
saying, Tank. I apologize. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Any final words there, Chris? I think we've run just about through everything that we possibly could for this episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's the game kind of sucked. It sucks to tie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping for better success against NYCFC for sure.
So do I. And look, we're gonna have a much better squad out there. Aviles will be back. Busquets will be back. I think Messi starts. I think Suarez starts.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gomez is back yet. When you have a hamstring issue, hamstring injuries linger, and they
Yeah.
linger for months. So I would keep Gomez out until he's 100% ready to come back. I wouldn't rush him back. But we'll have a squad again. We'll have hopefully Bright Manning in the middle with Redondo and Cremacchio or David Ruiz. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be good.
All right. So again, tomorrow, NYCFC preview. So make sure you join us at 9:00. And real quick, Chris, we know Gomez is leaving. Are we gonna get an apology letter at any point?
I thought that it was in the mail. I mean, I haven't gotten a response back from the USPS, but I guess
We just want you to read it out loud.
I'll read it out loud. I think I have a copy somewhere around here.
I apologize to Gressel on the shirt. You can't even write a paragraph.
I think I found a copy somewhere. I'm gonna have to just make sure it's the right one. I got a couple of apology letters.
All right. If you are listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5-star comment, review, all that other good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends that there's an Inter Miami podcast that comes out every 4 to 5 times a week. So make sure they check us out, subscribe, and help us out. And if you're in here already, please leave us a like before you get out. You don't understand how much that helps us grow the channel and help other people find us. And for those of you in the chat, as always, you guys are the best part of the show. We appreciate you hanging out with us for the last hour. Not the best result, but definitely not the worst, right? A draw. We still got a point. We're closer to that supporter shield, and we got a game coming up in 3 days, so we could knock this one off, forget about it real quick. So we appreciate you hanging out with us. Stay positive, and we'll be back. So until the next one, have a good one.